because most of the time you hear the word fight plan and you think of the strategy just in the fight. But there are three phases to this thing when you want to have a robust boxing career. And that number one is collaborate, brand partnerships, and endorsements. And a lot of you are familiar with some of those terms, and a lot of you are not. But today you're going to learn what it looks like when you're one of these top fighters, and then you learn exactly what it took for you to get to that level, because it's not just like joining a football team in the NFL and the only thing you have to do is go put on the hat and you're an official Dallas Cowboy. See, it takes a lot more. So my job is to educate every one of you who wants to really know what goes behind the game plan. So this is focusing on the strategy and building a robust boxing career. So thanks for taking the time to hang out with us. We're going to get into the David Benavidez fight. We're going to use David Benavidez as an actual talking point today. So when we get into this, the conversations are going to really give you guys great insight on what is an actual brand partnership and what is an actual collaboration and what is an endorsement. And so when you get off of this feed today, you're going to learn how to use them, how to actually go get them, and who's actually involved in those type of relationships in the fight game. So thanks for taking the time. For all of you who are new to the channel, thanks again for hanging out with us. Boy, you're late to the dance. My name is Eric A. Bradley, coach, that is, and we teach boxing, the business of boxing, that is. One of the guys that is constantly benefiting from boxing today, understanding one thing that's the most important part of your endeavor when you are going to box, and that is proximity. And proximity is something that determines where you're going to actually end up. All right. So a lot of people, they hear that term and they don't quite understand what they mean by proximity is power. If you take a bottle of water and if you put that bottle of water outside your door, that bottle of water, or if you get it, put it on one of those trucks that used to ride by and give you snow cones and the potato chips and the snacks, that thing will be $1.25. You take it to the corner store and that thing is going to be $2.99. You put it in a grocery store, something like somewhere like Publix or in an airport, you can pay as much as $7 for a bottle of water. Proximity determines what value is put on an individual, especially in the fight game. So you had David Benavidez out west, right? Okay. Boxing, doing his thing. But then he transitions down to Miami because he needed a brand refreshener. And the brand refreshener is, how much value do you put on an athlete? How much value do you actually put on an athlete? Well, where is he trained? Some of you may not be from larger cities and stuff, but we're here down in South Florida. And if you're in South Florida, New York, California, Las Vegas, in the United States, in Texas, then you're to be reckoned with. But if you're anywhere other than these places, you won't be seen but as a commodity. And that means a one of trillion, because you didn't have the wherewithal to just get to the place that you actually need to be recognized. But what we're going to do is show you one of the best fighters to ever lace them up. We're going to talk about how David Benavidez will need to put together a fight plan, but we're going to strategically go into the other components of building a fight plan. Like I said at the very beginning, the first thing you have to do is create the strategy to assemble your team and the pieces that you're going to need in order for you to benefit inside the ring and outside the ring. And you want your wealth and you want more health. That means you need skills and you need to plug in those three components that you need: collaborations, brand partnerships, and endorsements.